Thank you for watching the World Community Magazine's Hour of Power Live on Facebook with your hosts Edward McQueen and April Garner.
Hey, good evening, Brother Edward.
Oh, good evening to you.
How are you tonight?
Not bad. What about you? I love those glasses, man. I tell you.
Thank you, thank
Come
you.
on, come on. I
You know
love
how
those glasses.
everybody has a little something that gives them an extra bit of personality. It's my glasses, and it's always been the mole on my forehead. Everybody used to say, "That's your personality." That's
Nobody knows, but they could have been designed digitally. Okay, I mean, they could have been manufactured digitally.
that's right. What do you call those three? What is it?
Three
Three
D,
3D
3D. Yeah,
printers? Is that what they call them? They could have
good, could have.
been. Yeah. You know
Speaking of
what?
digital.
Woo, that's a good segue.
Speaking of digital.
That's yeah, that's what we're talking about
Oh
tonight.
man,
Bright
yeah,
futures in creative careers. And we have a
absolutely.
wonderful lineup of guests tonight. And I can't wait to bring them on. But before we do that, just want to make sure that everyone is engaged in the conversation tonight and you know what to do. For those of you who are our loyal watchers and listeners, you guys know that you can always put comments in the chat for
Right.
Facebook or
Yep.
YouTube, and we will be able to see all of your comments. And of course, our guests will be able to see the comments. We'll share them on screen. And also, you can ask questions. Hopefully, if you are a parent and you're thinking about ways that you can help your child, your student decide what a great career field would be for the future, go grab them and bring them over to the screen.
Absolutely.
You can you can actually cast this to your TV, make it a family affair, and learn all about bright futures and creative careers. We have some wonderful guests with us, as I said before. So I'm going to start with the person who is responsible for all of this wonderful information that we're going to receive tonight, Mrs. Marlo Cotton Frazier. How are you, Marlo?
Hi, how are you?
All right. And so
She's a jewel in the community.
jewel in the community of Bucksport and Horry County and
Every county.
everywhere, surrounding
Oh
areas.
yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Marlo
yeah,
is
yeah.
she's connected. She really knows how to get these kids excited about creative careers in digital art and design, and has been doing a wonderful job at the ATA, which is the Academy of Technology and Academics, which is an Horry County School District product. So, Marlo, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing really well tonight. Thank you so much for being with us. And of course, this entire conversation includes not only Marlo, but we have some students of Marlo's who are joining us tonight. So I'm going to bring them on one by one and let them introduce themselves. How about that?
That's great.
All
Boy,
right.
have we got
Okay.
them
Look at this.
tonight, boy.
Yes.
Have we got them tonight? Oh man,
Hello, everybody.
look at that. Look
Hi.
at that.
Hi.
Hi. All right. So, what we're going to be talking about tonight, of course, are digital art and design careers, and the topic tonight is all about creative careers, and also the Academy of Technology and Academics, as I said, is an Horry County school product, meaning it is. One of the actual schools that students can attend. And so Marlo is going to talk to us, of course, about not only the ATA, but her uh, digital art and design program. And then our students tonight are going to share with us their experiences, and so that you all can learn more about what it means to have a career in digital art and design. So, Marlo, why don't you start by telling us, first of all, a little bit about yourself, and then about your what you do at the ATA.
Well, a little bit about me. I'll just start with my background. My background is an IT background. Been in technology education, believe it or not, for about 40 years. So I'm a
Whoa.
technology person. Um, been teaching for over 25 years on all different levels for collegiate and um, you know, private school, charter school, implemented programs all over the county for years. But one of my passions is being creative and taking technology and merge it with the creative fields. So I actually started teaching at ATA 8 years ago on the back end of my career, second career. And it was just a wonderful opportunity to be able to share all the skills and talents with my students who are just amazing at ATA. Um, ATA is a Horry County program school. At our school, we have a total of 10 different majors, and I will, list them a little bit later in the segment. But just enough of me. This is all about my students at ATA and my formal students that here is on the show. Um, so I'm going to actually let them have the floor.
All right. Okay. Well, yeah, and we're definitely gonna bring them into the conversation, but definitely what I want you to do though is kind of set the stage for them so that everyone who's watching can understand, why we're having this conversation tonight. The work that you've done, of course, over the past 25 years plus is extremely important because you work at an institution where students are introduced to various majors and sectors in society. And it's really interesting that the ATA allows students to really get that hands-on experience, at this particular school versus what they would get at their base school. So, as a digital art and design teacher, what are some of the goals that you set for your students as they come in and they explore digital art and design careers? What are some of the things that you typically tell them to get them ready for the career field?
Well, when my students come in, they're still trying to figure out exactly what direction they want to go. Okay. So the classes itself is a foundation. And the unique thing about our program is that we have partnership with Horry Georgetown Tech. So the courses that they're learning, the technology courses, are Horry Georgetown Tech TAP. We have a TAP agreement. That's the technical articulation agreement. So they are actually taking college courses while they're in the program. Another opportunity that they have is at our school, we provide job shadowing days. They get to go out in the field and shadow whatever career interest they're interested in. They also get to do an internship. They also have opportunities to take PACE classes through Horry Georgetown Tech as well, where they get more college credit, because those 2 classes they get with me, they earn 6 credits with that as well. Over and over again, they compete in with student organizations. They get to work with live clients. Our partners are just unreal, from the printing industry, any graphic and communication career, to marketing. Blue Cross and Blue Shield work with our students with human resource skills, from resume building to interviewing. Like I said, we have an agreement with Horry Georgetown Tech. A lot of the local printers, on and on and on. And then we also have an advisory board with business partners all over the county. So just wonderful opportunities.
Absolutely. So of course I'm sharing the Academy for Technology and Academics website, which you can find at horrycountyschools.net. You can actually take a look at all of the majors and career pathways and information for students. And Job Ready Day One, I think that's a really important hashtag that you all are pushing. And why is that important for our students to aim for careers that get them ready for the job day one?
Well, our students, that is our motto. College and career ready is our motto, and job ready day one. We teach our students soft skills. They handle their business. We teach them how to network, how to have adult conversations. When they getting ready to go out in the field with their internships, they do the research, they make the calls, and we are there to advise them and to coach them, which honestly, it works out very well. And some of the students that are on this call tonight are formal students that are actually are in the industry now, and they're going to be able to share those experiences with us a little bit later.
Awesome. So Marlo has given us a really good backdrop for understanding what is available at the ATA. And now let's find out more about the students. So I'm going to call your first name, and if you will, just tell us who you are and as far as your level in school. So let's start with Heidi.
Hi, how are y'all? My name is Heidi. I'm a junior, and I graduated in 2023.
All right, Emmanuel.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Stanley, and I am a senior at the ATA.
Great, Anisha.
Hi, my name is Anisha, and I go to Horry Georgetown Tech as my freshman year.
Okay, awesome.
Mhm.
And Frank and Frankie.
It's all right.
You're muted.
Muted.
You're muted, Frankie. You're muted. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. There we go. All right.
We both graduated from ATA in 2016. We kind of followed the entire TAP agreement with Horry Georgetown. So we graduated 2019 from Horry Georgetown with associates in digital arts.
Okay, awesome. So when you all entered or found out about the ATA, what attracted you to first of all, to the ATA, but most importantly, to the graphic design program, the digital art and design program? Anyone can jump in.
So for me, it was actually one of the schools that all my family members had gone to beforehand. And out of all of them, I want to say my older cousin was actually a graphic designer there. So for me, it was following in her footsteps because she is one of the people that I idolize to this day. She's like a role model to me.
Okay, so you had a great role model, and that's important.
That's very important.
It's important for young people to be able to see what it is that they want to be. I think that's a quote somewhere, isn't it, Marlo? Exactly. All right. How about Anisha?
What attracted me to this program is being able to do stuff with design and art. And I wasn't able to do that in my base school. So I like coming here to do that. And also being able to use those credits to go into college, that helped out a lot.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Emmanuel?
What attracted me to the program is my friend was a part of the program before I went in, and he kind of told me about it, and I kind of fell in love with it or whatever. And he told me they had good food, so that brought me there.
Good food.
That I'm sure that was one of the main things, and you got to have a great lunch during the day to stay focused, right? But there it is, Brother Elwood. That peer support as well. I mean, his friends said that it was a great program. So, what better reviews than from your friends, all right?
Absolutely.
And then Miss Heidi.
What attracted me to ATA was actually my aunt, Yadi. She's actually class of 2021. And she told me it was a good school. And I was like, I want to do what she did too, because she graduated of digital arts and design too.
Mm-hmm. So what are some of your career goals? This question is for all of you. What are some of your career goals?
Right now I'm in the Army National Guard, and some of my career goals is to get my associates in science so I can get the prereqs to be able to be an ultrasound tech.
Okay, so you're going to pivot a little bit out of digital arts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
but still have that background.
I'm sorry, say that again.
But still have that background.
Okay, and how would you want to use that as far as that being something that you have in your background?
I could use that as a business of some sort, like money on the side to help out.
Okay, all right, Emmanuel, what are your goals?
I actually want to be on ESPN. I want to be like Stephen Smith, the talking, broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you want to talk trash. You just want to talk trash, don't you?
Well, listen, this is your first shot at it. Okay. He said he don't want to talk trash, Brother Edward, but I mean, you're on a live broadcast right now, so we need to see that the Emmanuel broadcaster.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you want to be in broadcasting? That brings me to a good question. What types of careers can students pursue in digital art and design?
Well, having that foundation, that background.
There's so many careers that you can go in.
any pathway from communications, marketing. I had students like Emmanuel that interned at WMBF at TV 15. And they actually work in the marketing department. They did a little bit of everything behind the camera, a little bit of broadcasting, and actually worked with the graphics department when they worked on the visuals for the media for the set the shows that they have in the background. A lot of people don't realize movies like Black Panther and just in the entertainment field.
That's
When you
heavily
look at the
digital.
credits at the end, there's about 20,000 graphic designers.
Exactly.
That's heavy.
Probably a
That's heavily
designer for
digital.
every frame.
Designers
Exactly.
are just all over the place, from print
Mhm.
to production. I mean, it's just unreal, and I love it. Like I said, it's a way to take technology and merge it with being creative at the same time. So yes.
All right. Well, Miss Heidi, we'd like to hear from you as well. What are your goals?
I still don't know, but I do want like to become a photographer. That's my passion, you know.
Yeah. How'd you develop that passion? Is that something you just always want to do as a kid?
Maybe because I always take pictures of my aunt. So
Okay.
I started liking it, and I was just like, this is something that I actually like, you know, taking pictures.
All right. So, what have been some of the art projects, or I guess the digital art design, and even I understand you have photography as a part of this division as well. What have been some of the projects that you all have worked on that you really enjoyed?
Talking to me?
It could be any of you. Yeah, you all in this conversation. Yeah.
So for me, one of the first projects that we did while we were in Ms. Frazier's class was typography, and it was a typography portrait. So essentially what we would have to do was we have to take pictures of ourselves, essentially trace over our faces, and then use one single word that describes us best, and use that to make essentially the outline of our portraits.
I remember that. I did more like club activities. Well, I had most fun doing like projects during club activities because like I was in like FBLA, Skills USA, and stuff like that. So most of the time that like the projects that I enjoyed, I would actually stay after school and work on on there to do that. And that's what I really enjoyed. Making logos and making a whole business proposal like that. That to me, that was fun.
So you're telling me at the ATA, you all were able to actually draft business proposals for actual companies?
Not for so it would be a mock company.
A mock company, okay.
Yeah. So like for club activities that ATA offers is Skills USA and FBLA and PICA. PICA's a little more offhanded, but you get these business proposals templates that they give you, and you make a little team that you want, fellow designers in the program. And you get to, as long as you follow the template, you can design whatever you want. So it's like completely up to your own imagination. And as long as it falls within the template, like it's golden. And then there's like different stages, and you continue to improve and improve and improve throughout the entire school year.
Okay. All right. Emmanuel, what was one of your favorite projects, or what has been one of your favorite projects?
I like the one where we took the pictures and then we're able to go in Illustrator and do double exposure, where it was our picture of our face, but it was the background of something else, and we brought them both together.
Why'd you enjoy that one the most?
Because I like taking pictures of myself, like looking at myself in the mirror and all that type of stuff. And it was cool because I was able to I think I used like a forest theme and like put it in the background of my face. And I just really liked how it came out. It was really creative.
Okay. All right. Any of you, Heidi or Anisha, want to share any of your favorite projects as well?
I have multiple favorite projects. Some of the projects that I like was especially around Christmas time, where we make mugs and Christmas cards and a bunch of stuff like that. I also, I like FBLA. We had went to, somewhere in South Carolina for the district, and we got first place.
Mhm.
And then we had went to state, and I think we got second place, I believe, in that also.
Well, that's
That was
awesome.
pretty fun.
Yeah, that's definitely cool. How about you, Heidi?
One that I mostly enjoy, I think it was making a mug. It was really cool.
Is that the mug you were holding on the promo?
Yes, it was. It was really cool. Like I never thought like that's how actually, you know. I
Mhm.
enjoy designing my design too on the
Okay.
mug.
All right. So I'm going to ask you all, since we have such a wonderful captive audience of young people, Brother Edward, I want to know, what can educators do, people in the community who are trying to help young people decide on careers? What can we do to reach your generation? What are some things that are attractive to you that we could possibly do in the community to help you understand more about the careers that are available, especially careers in your field?
Anybody?
Social
anybody.
media.
Social media. Okay, who's saying that? Was that Frank or
Yeah,
Emmanuel?
social media is a really important thing, especially for younger kids nowadays, because that's what they rely on. You'd be surprised what you can do, what you can do with social media. But what I think is more important, like when using social media, is actually showing the kids and the program, developing, working, and stuff like that. Because then it shows like that these kids are enjoying their time there and stuff and like that. It's not just education. It's education mixed with like fun.
A little entertainment.
That's what interests them.
Anybody else want to add to that?
So
Anisha's getting ready to speak. Go ahead.
All right. I would say that you can just use TikTok, because I know TikTok.
Everybody loves TikTok.
Everybody loves TikTok. So
I'm going to teach Brother Edward how to make a TikTok.
Yeah.
Or maybe one of you can teach Brother Edward how to make a TikTok. And it's interesting you say that, Anisha, because I was going to ask, what are some of your favorite platforms? And because I think people always wonder, is it Facebook? Is it TikTok? Is it Snapchat? Because there's so many out there. And would any of you ever want to work for any of those platforms? Because it is digital art and design. Part of it is.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
You would. What would you do differently than what's occurring now? For example, on TikTok, what improvements do you envision that you think would enhance communities and just make the nation better? Okay. What would you do differently?
Or we can do anything differently.
Change the way you present it, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, as you guys, I guess, work towards your career goals, and Frank and Frankie, since you are 2016 graduates, are you currently working in your field?
I currently am. I have two jobs, but the main one that applies is I am a photo supervisor at Pirates Voyage, and I just look at photos. I work in a program similar to like Lightroom, and I work with green screens and set up cameras and stuff like that. But my job is mainly to supervise the people who actually take the photos.
Okay.
I only get to take a photo unless we're really, really busy.
Gotcha. Well, would you say, what you learned through the program at the ATA helped you, to be successful in this role?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because like I said, since I'm behind the scenes, I'm not working with actual people. I work with printers and programs. So the fact that I already know all the shortcuts, like my boss did not even have to explain to me this program, because we use one specifically for the company. But like I said, it's really similar to like Photoshop and Lightroom. So I basically knew all the shortcuts, and I know how to print, like I know how to fix a printer. Some of the people there can't even do that. And I'm like, I already know that. And I was like, I don't want to say I'm overqualified, but I feel confident what I'm doing. And that's
good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's your confidence builder.
Yeah. So for
Absolutely.
those of you who are still in school, and I know that you say you don't, like, for example, Heidi said she doesn't really know what she wants to do right now, and that is perfectly okay. You have time to think about it. But, one thing that I guess you should always remain aware of is that if you are, in your junior or senior year, you really should try to focus on, number one, how you would like to advance your education. So, what college, if you plan to go to college, what colleges would actually support what it is that you want to do. And if you are not college bound and you're like, I think I have enough that I can go ahead and move into the workforce and get some experience under my belt and maybe go back to college, or go, to college later. Have you thought about some of the places that you'd like to work? So do any of you have any aspirations to work for a particular company, or, even go to a certain college to further your education in this area?
I, for one, want to continue my education. I really wanted to go to Clemson because they have a packaging design major. And I remember when I was in digital arts and design, we took a field trip to a place in Tabor City. I cannot remember the name, but they did packaging and it was so cool and it made such an imprint on my life. Like, I wanted to do it. And then where I remember when I was in college and once we hit the packaging section of our projects, I was in love. And I knew that I kind of like wanted to move in that direction as much as I love photography.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's interesting you talk about packaging, because packaging is everything when it comes down to, marketing. For example, when you walk into and I used to use this analogy or, this example all the time whenever I was in career services. One thing I would always express to students is that you are a product, okay? And as a product, you are trying to convince every employer out there that you have everything that they need, all of the ingredients, all the benefits, all of the skills, everything that they need to be successful in the area that they're hiring you to work in. So, if you were a laundry detergent, for example, what are some of the things that you would want people to remember about you right away? And when you go into the store, typically you walk around in a store and you're looking at products. What attracts you to those products? The packaging. The packaging attracts you to the products. So it's so amazing how even something that we sometimes take for granted is really so intricately woven into the fabric of things, because if something is colorful and bright, it not only it's something that looks like it could be fun and exciting, but imagine the fact that there's studies that are done on how colors make you feel, and the kids are drawn to colors. And so packaging is very important. If you could have a great product, but if it's in a crappy or lousy package, nobody's going to want it because they're not going to be drawn to it. So I think it's fascinating that you've always been intrigued by that, because that sounds like a great creative career to have, developing packages for products. Yeah, interesting. So Heidi, Anisha, Emmanuel, you guys are too quiet tonight. I need to know, what are your aspirations as far as career or workforce aspirations and goals? Any companies you want to work for? Any schools you have on your radar when it comes to digital art and design?
Well, right now I am going to school for like prereqs to get my degree in like scenography. But I want to go back to school to get back into design with like interior design, because I enjoy that part and aspect of it. And also more graphic design to like make websites and use like computer skills and stuff like that.
Yeah, imagine all of these businesses out here who do not have the skills to create a great website. Yeah, that's a very good field to be in. What about you, Emmanuel?
I'm going to Francis Marion for broadcasting journalism.
Oh, they have an excellent broadcast program at Francis Marion. I've seen that setup. Have you already taken the college tour?
Yes, ma'am, but I didn't get to see like the classroom where I would be in, but I got to see like the rest of the university.
Okay. So Emmanuel, since you want to be in broadcast and communications, have you already launched your own podcast or broadcast? You need to use some of that creativity to create your own platform.
No, I haven't did a podcast yet, but I did have a YouTube channel.
Okay, tell us about it.
And I'm also going to do an FBLA. I think I'm doing an FBLA video, where I'm going to do a how-to video. It's in the making right now.
All right. Well, let me know about your YouTube channel. I want to check it out. I'll subscribe and like. And I'll even turn on the notification bell. See, I know all the lingo.
Okay, April, Emmanuel, could you, since that's going to be one of your endeavors, how could that be profitable to you? What have you done any research as to how you can make money off of that?
Actually, you can't actually make a lot of money off of YouTube. I personally don't won't like make money off of YouTube. I just do it for fun because it's just something I like love to do.
Hmm.
But you can actually make a lot of money off of it if you like keep trying and build and like I guess build your fan club.
And the same with podcasts. I'm telling you this for our audience now who's not into that.
Yes, sir. You actually, I think podcasts. I don't really know about podcasts, but I think you can really make a lot of money. Like people start listening to you and like actually speak information.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then Heidi.
Well, like I said, I still don't know, but I'm for sure want my own company. I don't think I would like be able to work for a company.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, the entrepreneurial route is certainly one that, everyone supports. If you can be your own business owner, I think that's always wonderful. But, and now is the time to really start thinking about how to pull that together. So I guess, that's one thing that Ms. Frazier can certainly assist you with as far as having that conversation and, knowing which direction to go in to begin to develop that actual business plan. So you've got some time to think about it, but it sounds like all of you, have some good ideas about what you can do or what you'd like to do. And so if you had a bit of advice to give students or young people who are thinking about careers in digital art and design, what would be your advice? And then we're going to go around the clock. I want everybody to give, pass it on, pay it forward, and give a little word of advice to upcoming students or current students who are thinking about digital arts and design, or even just, trying to figure out how to navigate the college and career process. So we'll start with Frank and Frankie.
I urge if you're even considering it a little bit, I just recommend to go for it. Go to an open house, talk with Miss Frazier, check out the classroom. I think it is an amazing opportunity because throughout that entire 2 years I've been there, I learned so much. Even if you already know the basics, you can take your time and like really like fully develop your potential at ATA. And that's what I really loved about it. Cause I don't want to say I knew a lot, but I knew a little bit, and I got to develop my skills the whole 2 years I was there. And I guess my parents say I blossomed. So I mean, if parents are watching, like your child will grow so much. And if you want them to grow, that's great. And if they want to go, I totally urge them.
So, Marlo, a little bit about ATA. What I know, since it's technology, we probably have a little more stringent requirements than your regular schools, public schools, I presume. I don't know. What are some of the things that will get you into ATA?
You're muted, Marlo.
Okay, you're on mute.
You're on mute.
Micah or Frazier? Hold on.
Okay, we can hear you now. Go
ahead.
We
got you now. We got you.
Yes, my daughter fixed the light and she hit the mute button by mistake.
Okay, it's all right. Go ahead.
Okay. Put it on your daughter.
To get into I always tell my students they have the best of both worlds. They belong to their base school and they belong to ATA. So you have to be a rising junior. So 10th graders right now, the application process is open. You go to Horry County Schools, and when you see the program schools, there is an apply link. But you have to get your registration. Students have to get the registration in by next Friday, because after Friday, that's it. You can't apply being a rising junior. So it's only for 10th graders only. ATA is 11 and 12th graders. So I have my students for 2 years in our program. So that's the eligibility. We do have an open house on our last open house is on Thursday, this Thursday. The door is going to open up at 4:00 and we're going to be there from 4 to 7. So you have an opportunity not just to check out digital art design, which I would love to have you all, but we also have a total, like I said, 8 other majors: automotive, building and construction. We have culinary art. We have cosmetology. We have pre-engineering. We have health sciences, which is nursing, pre-med, and then CMA. MMA. And we have a new program, which is a barbering program. So I think I covered them all. And of course, digital art and design.
Mhm.
So those are the requirements. All of your courses are in-house. You have an opportunity to take college courses in there. We have AP courses. Um, we have all of the academic requirements when you come to ATA. And I honestly couldn't work at any better school because it is such a caring environment. And I always say, students, you're going to get me somehow, because I also teach a fundamental of web page um, design and development course, a computer science course as well. So advanced and introduction for that. So I'll get to see you some way, somehow, some shape, some form. But it's a wonderful school and it's a wonderful opportunity. And it's a family.
Mhm.
Sounds like a mini junior college to me. Oh,
It is,
no,
Brother
no.
Edward, you actually visit my classroom.
Yeah, absolutely, certainly did.
Our
Yeah,
classroom is not mine, it's ours, because
yeah,
I can't
right, right.
without our students. And just last thing, they mentioned about doing mugs. We do a lot of type of printing in our program. Sublimation printing is one.
Mm.
With all those cool mugs, we do that in house. Not
Mhm.
only I teach them the different the foundation in different areas of design, but we also produce a lot of our products in house. Like Todlin Healthcare Services had a career fair at Conway High School. So all of those signs, those vinyl signs and design, we actually produce those. We get cut them, design them, and produce them within our program, and they use them at their career fairs to this day. If you have an Horry County library card, both of those cards, the library cards for Horry County Library, was designed and produced within our program. And that's the manual in the background right there.
Right here.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Mhm.
the manual. Apparel design is another. If you can see all those clothes on the rack, and that's the
Mhm.
logo from students' work. Our work that they do is quality work. And we also work with live, like I said, live clients, like we did the Memorial Library card, mugs for the gift shop at the Horry County Museum. We work with a lot of clients out in the industry where they actually come in because of COVID, and that's why the students recently didn't have that opportunity. But because of COVID, a lot of our clients that used to come out from the industry um, was not able to come into the school. But in the past, we have live clients that we designed logos for and produce products for their facilities.
Well, I tell you, this is really fascinating. And one thing that you have not covered that we talked about pre-show is the photography side of it and how that relates to, and Brother Edward's going to love this, the drone activity. So tell us a little bit
Wow.
about the photography and how that, the working with the drones comes into play.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say a little bit, and then Emmanuel's going to finish that up
Okay.
with the drones.
All right.
One of the things within our curriculum is I teach them a little bit about photography, but our focus in our program is product photography. So that is a lot of the catalogs, magazines, the products that are in there, from clothing to jewelry, any type of product, houseware, on and on items. And then one thing that was a demand, and we get a lot of calls on this, looking for students that have drone experience. And there's only 2 teachers in our school that are certified pilots, and we actually have federal unmanned aircraft license, and that's the engineering teacher and myself. So one of the requirements is that all of the students, that when they become seniors, and we just started the pilot program last year, this is our second year doing the drone certification. So all of digital art and design students are in Miss Smith's class. And Emmanuel is a senior, so when you become a senior, he gets that opportunity. So Emmanuel had 2 wonderful drone opportunities this summer, working with one of our clients who is a former NFL player. His name is Maurice
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maurice
Yeah.
Simpson.
Absolutely.
And then the other one opportunity is he's in that course. So Emmanuel's going to tell us just a little bit, because this
Okay.
started this semester, about the drone course, and that's going to be aerial photography. He's going to learn about within the major.
All right. Go ahead, Emmanuel. Tell us about it.
Before we get to Emmanuel, I just want to ask you a question. Do you think that you're going to revisit this or another workshop to at maybe at the Frazier Center or someplace like the successful one you had this past year?
The drone workshops, we
Yes.
had 5 of them between Georgetown and Horry County
Right.
this past summer, just to give the students and young adults an opportunity to use the reality lenses and to fly the drones over the area. But we are talking about it. We're trying to put some stuff in place. I don't know if you heard this, but Bucksport, the James R. Frazier Community Center within our community just got a $1.8 million grant.
Wow.
We are updating all the technology, workforce connections, and we are working on some stuff, like I said, are getting people certified as pilots with drones. So we're kind of, everything's in the infancy stages, so we'll see what's going to happen. But we'll let you know. You'll be the first.
Wow! Congratulations on that grant.
Yes, congratulations.
Oh, wow.
So, Emmanuel, tell us a little bit more about the drones.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Okay, so the drone, we have a drone class now in our school, and we're able to like fly the drones around, learn, also get our license at the end, and take like cool shots, learn different shots for the aerial photography that Ms. Frazier was talking about. So where we can really capture those moments for those pictures, because it's all about catching the right moment.
And people don't really understand how much they can do with drones. What are some of the things that people can do with the drones other than just fly them around? Tell us a little bit about what you know.
Yeah, I mean, flying around is pretty cool, but they actually do like you can like take videos of like the football games. You can take pictures of shots that like you can't go up there and get like on the mountains or stuff, like high up places where the drones come in handy.
How high do the drones fly? Do they have a cap on how high they can go?
He's just learning that right now.
Well,
okay.
There's an FAA requirement.
Because of the FFA, you can only go up to 400 in the air.
Say that again, Emmanuel.
We can hear you, Emmanuel.
Because of the FFA, I believe you can only go up to 400 feet in the air.
Okay.
It depends on the airspace. It depends on the area. There's a lot of restrictions, but it depends on what you're doing for clearance. So they can go, it's depending on what type of drone you have.
Right.
Highest, like I said, it depends on the airspace and what you're trying to do.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So just let our audience know, 400 feet. That's 40-story. That's a 40-story building.
Well, it depends on the and he just got in the class, so he's just learning that.
Yeah.
It depends on the highest. Like I said, it depends on what you're doing, because you can get clearance to go either higher than 400 feet on top of the structure, different structures.
I just think it's intriguing and so fascinating that you all are learning this at this age. When Brother Edward and I were coming through, we didn't have these wonderful technological concepts and well, now I Brother Edward worked in the I guess you call it aerospace engineering sector, basically. And so I'm sure, he understands all of this a lot more than I do. But I'm just thinking about the opportunities that you all have. When I was in school, I went to Conway High, graduated in 1988, and I'm a Gamecock, and I'm also a Columbia College Koala. And but coming through school, we knew about career fields, and we would consider as like the ATA was once upon a time called the Career Center, but it still didn't have all of the accoutrements and the different things that you all have at your disposal that were not available then. Now, as we were talking about the ATA, I was just thinking about, the business program, the culinary program, the, pre-law, pre-engineering, all of this stuff that you guys are doing. The world is basically your oyster. Just as if you've heard anyone ever say that, it is true. You have the opportunity to take a peek into the world before you actually get out there and really understand what career field it is that you're signing up for. And I think it's wonderful that, for example, like, Anisha, she is, going to Horry Georgetown Tech. And I think that there's were a couple of other students who are going to join us tonight who became HGTC students and then went on to become designers at companies or, that are here in the area. But also, just having that connection that really moves you from, secondary education to post-secondary education. That's a really quick pipeline that could be 2 years or less. And bam, you're in the workplace making all kinds of money, living your dream, doing all this good stuff because you had the hands-on activity and the hands-on training that even some 4-year college students, will not get. But I think it's wonderful that, this digital art and design program offers such a wide spectrum of career options. Like Marlo said, from communication to design. That's a really, really big umbrella when you think about what all you have to offer in this program and everything that all of you can take advantage of, and students who come after you. So I applaud all of you for your efforts and your successes and the things to come. And Emmanuel, I hope to see you on ESPN one day. And Anisha, I know that you said your aspiration is to go into to become a stenographer, but if you're going to do interior design, I'd love for you to decorate my house one day. Heidi, you're going to be a business owner, take on the world. And Frank and Frankie, whatever your aspirations are, just make sure you put 1,000% towards that. And remember, you got to start by going to the ATA so that you could get an opportunity to just kind of, put a litmus test to all of your career goals. Now you're out there. Always pay it forward by, helping your peers, people who are coming even behind you, to understand what they need to do if they want to make it in digital art and design as well. So, Marlo, this has been wonderful tonight. And,
absolutely.
I've been putting comments on the screen, so I hope that you all were seeing them. But one of our loyal watchers, Priscilla Fuller, she says, very interesting, exciting careers. Make me wish I was 50 years younger. So we can start all over again. I'm telling you, she's right. If we could start all over again, I'd take advantage of everything that was out there. I really would. I
want to make one bid to the students tonight and to our young listeners and viewers that when you go to the ATA, we need to keep Ms. Frazier around. So just don't stress her out. Be a good student. Let her know that you want to learn, and you want you want to grow, okay, and be a productive citizen. If you stress her out, we won't have her anymore. No, I'm serious. That silent stress is a dog.
I pray on it every year, and the Lord keep on bringing me back to share with my students. And I always say, "Is no way I can do it without them. No way." I'm really thankful for having them. I learned so much from them, just as well as they're learning from me.
Absolutely, yeah.
Calling Frankie and Frankie, Frank and Frankie at the last minute, because I had a student that had COVID, and she's like a formal student. She's like, Miss Frazier, and I called them exactly 30 minutes prior or what have you, and they were like, I'm there for you. And that's how it's always been, and I'm so thankful for having them.
Yes.
And they will come back. Those students, I always had them. They're never graduating. That one from 2014, she's an educator teaching graphic design at a school in North Carolina.
Wow.
Never graduated. She says, no, Miss Frazier, I'm here for you. So I'm really thankful for having my students. I love them. Parents have been wonderful, been supportive. And I am so grateful, and that's what keeps me there at ATA, and I love them all, and they are so talented. But Heidi, just to say one other thing, there are several students that created their own businesses at ATA as freelance designers. If you will go to our Facebook page, I believe we have some alumni stories that's there that kind of are in the industry, so we'll be posting more of them up there. So you can see some of the students that graduated and They've been videotaping. We've been sending them in and posting them up on our Facebook page so you can hear their stories. And there's some parents that ask to share as well. So ATA, there's no other better place than ATA as a whole. So you can't lose at all. The best of both worlds. You get to still participate in your sports, your activities, and so it's the best of both worlds. So thank you for everything. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love, and I really appreciate it. And I mean, they're phenomenal. They just need, just to foster, just that encouragement. And I'm just impressed every time I see what they're doing. Emmanuel, I mean, he's just been stand up. Heidi, wonderful. Just whatever I need, and she's like, try to get out of her other classes just to come back in my class to do all this stuff.
Yes.
Right, I got a substitute. I got all my work done. What you need me to do? Niche?
She's trying to grab it all. I know. Yeah, that is awesome.
I'm just so thankful.
That's awesome. Well, we could see that, obviously, like you said, it's kind of hard to get young people to sit still long enough to have a conversation with us. And we appreciate the fact that all of you joined us tonight. We don't want this to be the last time. And as a matter of fact,
absolutely not.
I'm going to put it out there, Brother Edward. If any of you are interested in working with World Community Magazine, this broadcast or our magazine, reach out to me. Let us know, because we can find something for them to do, right, Brother Edward?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can find something for you.
Yes, we definitely can. So, but before we close, we have to allow our young people to give some shout outs to their family and friends who may be watching. So we'll just go around the clock, and I'm going to start to my left, and I guess that's the 9 o'clock space, which is Frank and Frankie. Do you want to give any shout outs to anyone?
I guess I want to give out shout out to my dad. He also works for Horry County Schools, so I've always been really, really close with Horry County Schools. I'm always there for Miss Frazier, so, and he's always there to support me too. So
his name's Frank too.
Yeah, his name is.
Wow, he's Frank's, man.
he was our IT guy. So
yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
IT guy. So
awesome. All right, and Miss Heidi.
Maybe shout out to my mom and my aunt. They always push me to do the best.
All right. How about you, Emmanuel?
Shout out to my mom and dad for creating this creative mind.
Oh, okay. That's very appreciative, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's the way to show it. And Anisha.
I want to give a shout out to my mom for always making me want to do more, push forward.
All right.
Well, you all definitely have some bright futures ahead.
Absolutely.
Whether it's in a creative career that you all have been groomed to go into, or any other aspiration you have. And we wish you all the best of luck. Obviously, Marlo, you're working with some talented young people. Keep nurturing them and grooming them and mentoring them. Marlo, you're doing a fantastic job.
Well, I appreciate them. They all are wonderful. They all are talented.
All right. Well, Brother Edward, you have the last word.
Marlo, I wish you had taught me. I still might stop by.
Come on.
And be a part of the class now. I'm telling you. I was there once. I was left in awe. I really was. And after I saw the most productive auto mechanic setup there in that school. Okay, auto mechanic shop. I mean, wow, it was something.
At ATA, we have the state of art of everything. Our equipment is top notch. The seniors actually gotten brand new Mac laptops. They spent a lot. We spent a lot of money for good quality state of the art equipment on all levels for our programs at ATA.
Wow. Kudos to the school system.
I am telling you. Well, we thank you all for being with us tonight. It was certainly a pleasure to meet all of you, and we definitely wish you luck in the future. And again, if ever you want to, come on board and help us here at the World Community Magazine, you're always welcome. That's a great way to build up your resume and your portfolio. But also, we just want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. I want to let you know that next week we are going to talk about a topic that I think is very important for young and old. But we're going to talk about gun safety, and we're also going to talk about gun ownership. We have Boggs Middleton, who will be joining us for our show next Tuesday at 7 p.m. And he's going to give us some really good information about how to make sure that you are safe if you own a weapon, but also what you can do to ensure that you are owning it the right way, which I think is a very important topic. So, make sure you all join us next week. Brother Edward, do you have any special announcements or anything?
Do you want to elaborate on who Boggs Milton is? Or it's just...
They can find out next week if they join us and check the promo. That's what they can do.
All right, give them something to turn it on for.
So I don't want to give them too much,
That's right. You don't get too much.
Right. Pique your curiosity. You'll come and join us next week. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, but thank you all for joining us. And again, we are Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. now. You can check us here on Facebook always. We're also on YouTube at WCM Live Talk Radio, and you can also find us on WCMagazine.net. So everyone have a safe rest of the week and into the weekend. Stay masked up. Double mask is what I'm understanding. If you're not wearing an N95, double mask if you're not wearing an N95. And a new
virus that came out today.
I heard about it.
I think you posted it, I believe.
Yeah, new variant that popped up in Washington State.
Washington State, yes.
And right before the broadcast, maybe about an hour before the broadcast, there was something that popped up in North Carolina as well, as far as a new variant is concerned. So we just got to remain vigilant, and hopefully we can get out of this pandemic at some point and, get on with life. So, but it takes everyone to do that. So just make sure you remain safe, and everyone just have a great week.
Thank you.
God bless. God
All
bless.
right.
Thank you all
you guys
so much
for being here. All right.
Bye.
Thank you for watching the World Community Magazine's Hour of Power Live on Facebook with your host Edward McQueen and April Garner.